What up, everybody? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh here, back with another video. Feels so good. This one is gonna hit a little different, everybody. This is gonna get a hit a little different. But if you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate having you. Thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, welcome back. Of course, you know me as Skip and Tosh, covering comic book related content on this channel, nerd culture related content on this channel, comic book reviews, unboxings, eBay day hauls, new comic book day hauls, reviews are on this channel as well, and more will be coming. But for today, I got a grail. I was able to acquire something that I have been looking forward to owning for a very long time. I knew I would get one day. I did not think it would be this year. I didn't think it would even be in this month of this year. November of 2021, but I got it. I'm excited to share it with y'all. Before we get into it, a little bit of housekeeping. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. But you should get down with Tabu Ohana, because Tabu Ohana chairs for your gaming professionals, gaming amateurs, of course, business office professionals. Tabu Ohana got your back on all three of those categories. Nice, lush leather, embroidery in the head, big old symbol on the back. You can't see it, but it's beautiful. Adjustable armrests, all that stuff. Recline, lay back, rock, whatever you need to do. Your Tabu Ohana chair can do it for you. But right now, what it can do for you is save you money. Select chairs are up to 45% off right now. That's almost half off certain chairs on the website. Go over there and grab one. Get one for yourself. Get one for someone you know that needs a gaming chair. Refer it to people that are looking for gaming chairs, because here's the thing. Tabu Ohana means sacred family. And since you're here, I'm like Dominic Toretto on this channel. If you're here, we're family. And you never turn your back on family. You put your family's back in the Tabu Ohana chair, so I'm going to get your back. And if you put in my discount code, SKIPTC, SKIPTC, you'll get an additional $40 off your very own Tabu Ohana chair, or the one that you're gifting to someone. So go save half off. It's almost half off on certain chairs, 45% on certain chairs. And then I just thought about it. If you put in my discount code, which takes off another $40, Skip TC, now you're getting more than a 40% discount if you found a chair that already had the 45%. Now you're getting more than a 45% discount. That might be something like a 55%. That might be 65%. Go do yourself a favor. Join the family. Tabu Ohana. Don't apologize. Be yourself. I got no apologies for this one. I work hard. I took on some extra gigs. I saved. I found a book that I love. This book puts a joy on my face, and this book is the Ice Cream Man series by W. Maxwell Prince on the scripts, Martin Morazzo on the line work, Chris O'Halloran on the colors, making that world look beautiful, and good old Neon holding down all of the lettering and some of the graphic work. I got my grail that I was looking forward to, and I'm here to share it with you. Now, before I do, I want to take you through some of my favorite covers and some of my favorite stories of Ice Cream Man. So bear with me as I just quickly take you through some of those, and then we'll get to the reason why we're all here, the reason that I am here doing this video. First and foremost, Ice Cream Man issue number 13. This is the edition where this whole issue is a palindrome. Palindrome, you can write forward and backward, and it spells the same thing. So Anna is a palindrome. Hannah is a palindrome. I read that book when I was in school. So I'm going to flip it this way so you can point to your boy. There you go. This comic is a palindrome, and it can be read forwards or backwards. And it's the same story. So yes, it ends in the middle. One of my favorite books in the series. Very creative. And one of my favorite covers just for the practicality, if you could switch it around and look, even the barcode is on the front and on the back. Love issue number 13 of Ice Cream Man. It's so good. Next one up, issue number 8 of Ice Cream Man, the ambulance issue. What's also fun about these is in each one, you'll see these squiggly lines here. You see those squiggly lines right there next to his leg? That's Martin Morazzo's signature. That's 2 M's next to each other. That's Martin Morazzo's signature. On every issue, see if you can find it. Pause the video if you need to and see if you can find where Martin Morazzo signed it. Issue number 8, the ambulance issue. This is one of the craziest, wackiest, most deranged issues, and not in how it's brutal, but just how these 2 ambulance workers just go on this crazy ride through this city that is just like off its rocker. And what else is cool about it is in the lore of the world of Ice Cream Man, W. Maxwell Prince did another little mini-series called Ha Ha. And issue number 6 of Ha Ha follows a character that you get introduced to in issue number 8 of Ice Cream Man. Issue number 6 of Ha Ha was also done by the creative team of Ice Cream Man. So it's basically an Ice Cream Man issue, but in the Ha Ha miniseries. Even issue 6 is an homage cover to one of the issues of Ice Cream Man. Issue number 6, Strange Neapolitan. Shout out to my homie Bunkmaster B. This is his favorite issue. This is my 3rd favorite issue of the series. One of my favorite covers. This issue is almost completely silent, but this guy goes and he orders a Neapolitan ice cream from the Ice Cream Man. So that's the 3 flavors, right? The 3 different flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And as he's eating the ice cream, he gets to the end of the block and his life splits into 3 different possibilities. And you take a ride on each one, and it is a ride. This is not a very safe flavor, and it'll change the way that you look at Neapolitan ice cream going forward. Issue number 19 of Ice Cream Man. This is an instruction manual on how to be a ghost. Yep, you heard it right. It's an instruction manual on how to be a ghost, how to be a true blue apparition. And it's one of the most beautiful books in the whole series. It has one of the most beautiful endings, and the ending is earned, but you have to go through the manual, and no one likes to read the manuals anymore. You just jump in and just start using it, man. You'll read this manual, and this will be your favorite manual that you've ever read. Ice Cream Man issue number 19. All of these are cover A's, by the way. All of these are cover A's. One of my favorite covers, Ice Cream Man issue number 17. Of course, you see Confection Comics, because this is a homage to Action Comics number 1, the first appearance of Superman. This issue is called Cape Fear. And of course, there's a twist put on the capes here in this book. Check it out. This is one you'll want to check out. Any of these are even worth it getting on digital if you can. Because it's very hard to find these floppies. These floppies are very difficult to find, especially ones if it's anything from issue 21 and earlier. Very hard to find the floppies. They didn't print a bunch of these, so if you have to, just get them on digital or get them in trades. The trades are not that hard to get a hold of. You can get it in trade if you're not a digital person. But digital, if you are on comics, like it's from Image, so Image does half off of the digital. So all of these digitals, except for the most current one, are only $1.99. I think issue number 1 of Ice Cream Man is free. Issue number 20. This is cover B. This is the issue where he is reading bedtime stories to his kids, and of course, there's some Dr. Seuss stories in there. I think this cover also came out around the time where the internet was trying to cancel Dr. Seuss for. I think I remember what it was, but I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know if it was verifiable or not. It seems like every day the internet's trying to cancel someone. We're all going to be canceled one day because none of us are perfect. Just keep that in mind. But this issue survived. It did drive up the price for this issue, so this was one of the more expensive ones that I paid for, but well worth it to complete the whole entire series. I have all of the Dr. Seuss covers now, thanks to lastly getting Actually, that wasn't the last one I got. I think the cover A for issue number 20 was the last one I got. One of the first covers I got was the orange Dr. Seuss homage cover. This actually was the very first like expensive comic book that I bought because I had to order it. I didn't find it. All other comics I was looking for before, I would always just there's a lot of comic shops in Sacramento and there and I don't live far from the Bay Area. I live about I mean basically I live 40 minutes from the Bay Area. I live about 80 minutes away from Oakland, about 70 minutes away from well, other way around. 80 minutes from Oakland and about 90 minutes away from San Francisco. Or let's say 70 minutes from Oakland, 80 minutes from San Francisco. So I always would just go around, but I drove out to San Francisco and I asked my buddy Nick Dragata, I'm like, hey, do you know where you get this book? And he was like, nope. I'm like, don't you publish comics through Image? He had no clue. So I hopped on eBay and bit the bullet and got myself a copy. This is by Megan Hutchinson. Well, at the time she was Megan Hutchinson. Now she's Megan Hutchinson Cates, Donnie Cates' other half. And I mean, this is an homage to issue number 4 of the Watchmen, and that is my second favorite comic book of all time. Well, that issue is my second favorite comic book of all time. Just that issue. And I had to have it because it's my favorite comic book currently with my second favorite comic book of all time. Put the two together, and that's a must-have for Skip. So I got it. And it was a 616 variant. So not all of these are cover A's. This is, the previous book was a cover B. This, I don't even know which cover it is, but it is a variant. This was a 500 print run. And yeah, yep, cover artist Megan Hutchinson. And shout out to 616 Comics. I seen them on Thinking Critical before, and it was cool to see John on there. And I had purchased this from them before I even knew who John was. Issue number 2 of Ice Cream Man. This is my favorite issue in the whole entire series. Issue number 2 is completely crazy. I forget. Oh, it's called Rainbow Sprinkles. You know, I need to double check and try to really dig in and find out why it's called Rainbow Sprinkles because it doesn't make sense to me. But this is my favorite issue. It has like one of the craziest twists, one of the best circumstances that the Ice Cream Man intervenes on, and he paces it perfectly. So it all happens just in a great amount of time, and then the way that it concludes is so just heartbreaking, but at the same time hopeful, very realistic, believable. Let's call it believable. Very believable. Ice Cream Man issue number 2. If you haven't read it before, read it. The cool thing about these is it's an anthology series, so there's an overarching story that's happening. There's lore that continues to the whole book, but you can pick up any issue and you can read it. If you've read the previous ones, you get a bonus for that. But if you've never read any of them, it doesn't matter. You can pick up any one and just get started. Kind of like how you know how they used to like comics to be like every issue could be someone's first issue. It definitely applies there. Ice Cream Man issue number 1, second printing. This book came in a little bit rough condition, and they didn't fully explain the condition of the book when I purchased it. But I believe this is the second most expensive book that I've purchased in the series, and I am very happy to have it. I wanted issue number 1. I got it. It's the second printing. I'm trying to get the second printings for all the books, and I think there's only one other book that has a second printing, which is issue number 2. Hopefully, I'll have that one soon, but I wanted to get issue number 1 in my collection. I got it. You see the buggies. Remember to pause the video and look for the Martin Morazzo signature. Very happy to have this one. And within the first few pages of this book, it set the tone. And I was like, okay, I like the cut of this guy's jib. I'm probably going to be on to this series for the rest of it. And then I got to issue number 2, and I was like, marry me. Marry me, W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo and good old Neon and Chris O'Halloran. All of y'all marry me if it's possible. And then the Grail. I acquired this today. Worked hard to get it. So far the most expensive comic I've purchased Ice Cream Man, issue number 1, first printing. I walked in that store and there was a calm within me. Even though this was the day I'd been waiting for, there was a calm within me. And it was just so relieving to walk in and pretty much know that I'd be walking out with this book. I was prepared to pay full price for it. Full price was up there. But I didn't have to pay it. I was able to talk the person down. Unfortunately, there are some very apparent defects, more so on the back of the book, not really anywhere else, but they are there. I'm glad I checked. I learned my lesson from getting excited and grabbing books before and then not really checking them out and spending, even upwards of $40, $50, $70 on it and going home and being like, oh my gosh. I had an opportunity to check that and I didn't. This one's on me. Not in this particular case. I checked. I saw what it was. I pointed it out to them. It was very apparent. They were very reasonable about coming down on the price for me. I did not pay I did not pay cover price for it. Excuse me, not cover price. I didn't pay sticker price for it, which sticker's not on there. But I did walk away with it, and I was very happy to. And I was so happy I even bought a few other books from him because I was like, well, since you saved me some money, I'll spend a little more with you. So ended up grabbing a few other books. But, oh my gosh, I got myself an issue number 1, and I am so excited. So now I have issue number 1, first printing, issue number 1, second printing, and you saw all the rest of the books. Again, pause it if you need to find, so you can look for the Martin Morazzo signatures on these. It's a fun little game to do. Of course, the ones that he didn't do the cover, they won't be on there. And I think Megan Hutchinson is the only one he didn't do a cover on because he even did the Dr. Seuss cover. So pause it if you need to. Check out these books if you have not. This is, I can't think of another more creative comic book on the market. And I read a lot of different comics, especially indie comics where people can really take chances and showcase things. Echo Lands, where the book opens landscape and all sorts of things. But every single issue is something different than what you've ever seen before in any comic book ever, and especially in previous issues of the Ice Cream Man book. So I highly advise taking a look at Ice Cream Man if you haven't before. Issue number 1 kind of lets you know what you're in for, but it can't fully prepare you because even W. Maxwell Prince didn't know what he was going to do in the future, and he's taking this book to complete new heights. You can also check out The Electric Sublime. That was just a 4-issue mini that he did with Martin Morazzo. Much straightforward story, still crazy concept. And if you want to get an inexpensive book of his that really showcases kind of like the full gambit of like how far out he's willing to go and how many different visual techniques he's willing to utilize to tell the most interesting stories that you're going to read. Even if you don't like them, you can easily say that was pretty original. I've definitely never seen that before. And it's good quality. It just may not resonate with you. It's totally fine. Check out 1 Week in the Library, or it might be called A Week in the Library. A different artist worked on it, but W. Maxwell Prince still has his prints all over that book, and it takes you through a lot of different worlds, but all in it's not even like a full trade. It's almost like half a trade or like 3/4 of a trade. And it's a really good book. It's published through Image. And it's awesome. Actually, it's right here. I'll grab it so you can see it. Yeah. 1 Week in the Library. And it looks like it is John Amore who did the art on it. But yeah, it's $9.99. Very interesting comic. Laid out very well. The design work is awesome on it. I'm curious who did the design work because I'm feeling some Tom Mueller on here, even though it may not have been Tom Mueller. Let's see. Design. Oh, look. I wasn't even sure. Maybe I kind of remembered, but I didn't really remember off the top of my head. And sure enough, Last name right under Ashley Walker. Tom Mueller. Design. Of course Tom would design this. Oh, and good old Neon did do the letters. So although it's not Martin Morazzo who did the art, nor Chris O'Halloran who did the colors, that was Catherine Lano. Good old Neon from the Ice Cream Man did do the lettering on this, which is really, really cool. But yeah, this book is and this book gets like super meta at the end, like unexpectedly out of nowhere. I just want to find, like, this is just like one of the parts of the book. Like, he goes crazy in this thing. Like, he's utilizing every visual technique that I can think of that's available to tell this story, and it's a really good and interesting story. I mean, there's even like it just gets nuts. But anyway, one of my favorite writers, W. Maxwell Prince, so good. Dang, I didn't even realize that came out in December 2016. He's been doing his thing. $9.99 for that book. I'm sure if you go and look it up digitally, it's probably even more inexpensive. Or if you just go to eBay, you can probably find someone put it up for 99-cent bid, just trying to get rid of it or something like that. Because people just didn't know about this book. Because the more people that knew about this book would be buying it, because that's what's awesome. Like, comics have been around for so long, and it kind of has its own groove, and most people kind of just work within the small spaces and kind of have a little variety within that, and that's totally fine. Plenty of great books that follow like a normal comic format, but what if someone came along and tried to like innovate a little bit more and give you a little bit more effort for the money that you pay for these books? Someone did. W. Maxwell Prince, so you should check him out. He's only done one book for the big two. He did one single issue, a one shot for Marvel Zombies, and it's awesome. It's such a good, and it feels totally like him. So if you want W. Maxwell Prince from the big two, grab his Marvel Zombies book. It's not hard to find because not a lot of people knew about it. So you can get a copy for a very good price. With all that said, thank you so much for tuning in on this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it, and it helps the video circulate so more people can join in on the discussions that we have. Excuse me. Whether we're talking in the comments or if you're joining the various Discords I'm a part of, like Ash's Discord or BJ Kicks, the K-Squad Discord, or all those various ones, my own Discord for Skip and Tosh. We could talk in there. Twitter, I'm not as active on social media. I'm kind of more of a private person, except for when it comes to the Sacramento Kings or the Kings Guard, then you'll catch me on there. But anyway, I would love to continue talking about comics and different things with you. So please find some way to communicate with me, even if it's just in the comments. That's awesome for me. And Taboo Ohana got your back. Up to 45% off select chairs. Skip TC is my discount code, SKIPTC. Get an additional $40 off the chair on top of that, on top of whatever discount is already on there for the Black Friday sale. But the sale is active now. Go get yourself a chair. Get someone else a chair. Level up your sitting game. Level up how you sit down. All right. Skip is out of here. Thanks, y'all.